I want to talk about some warnings for GBP changes, just so you don't end up in a worse situation than you were to begin with. Anytime you make changes to a GBP, there is a chance that that GBP is going to be suspended or trigger a re-verification. If you change the Google Business Profile business name, then it's a high likelihood of being re-verified. If you change the address or add a visible address to a service area business, also a very high likelihood. If you add categories, then it's very likely to encounter a soft suspension, which may then require a re-verification, especially depending on what the primary category is, if you're in your money, your life, YMYL type categories. So in general, make changes slowly and make them over time. If you're adding a bunch of categories, add one every few weeks to one every month, or go ahead and change everything all at once. Just be ready to trigger a re-verification and record the new video. One very critical aspect is the GBP landing page. If your GBP is ranking, right, if you look at the rank map and it's better than 20 plus anywhere on the rank map, if you change the GBP landing page to a different URL, you are very likely going to hurt the rank position in the short term at least, okay? I've often mentioned an example where we landed a new client with 8 locations, and normally we would want those 8 locations to go to 8 different landing pages. And for this client, all 8 were pointing to the home page. We checked the rank position. 4 of them were ranked in the top 3 everywhere. 2 of them were average ranking 10 or 11, and 2 of them were 20 plus, right? So the 2 that were 20 plus, we moved them to a different GBP landing page. We kept everything else the same. Okay, so just be aware that when you make changes to the GBP, and generally the more important the box you're changing, the more careful you need to be. You could trigger a suspension, you could trigger a re-verification, you could trigger a soft suspension, or you could tank ranking. Okay, so what we're going to cover is the correct, quote unquote, the correct optimum way to set up a GBP. If the one that you're looking at needs a lot of changes to get from where they are to this correct version, you need to stop before you make changes and think to yourself, am I okay with triggering a suspension? Am I okay with triggering a re-verification? Am I okay with all of the rankings going to 20 plus because I've made these changes, okay? GBP changes are not to be made lightly. Do it carefully, do it slowly, and make sure you watch the rank map so that you understand that the worst case scenario, okay? If they're already 20 plus everywhere, worst case scenario is not so bad. If they're 10 plus average, well, then be careful making changes.